I wanted to share some quick thoughts on the Dyson Airwrap. It comes in this box, and inside, here's everything you get. You get the actual hairdryer, Airwrap tool. I don't even know what it's called. It has a pretty long cord. Of course, I'm not going to be able to show that in here, but the cord is pretty long. And this fully swivels, which is really nice when you're using the tool. And then you have a bunch of attachments. So let me show you the attachments. This is the hair drying tool, and the attachments just literally like click on. They're so easy to turn on, to take on and off. This tool, you can pay attention to this part here. This is their newer tool. This is like their hair dryer, but also a smoothing tool. So if you spin this on the top, this actually turns this here. So you use this part here to actually dry your hair as a hair dryer. And then when you spin it the other way, that's going to force the air out of here. And here you run this part down your hair slowly, and it actually is a smoothing attachment. I will say that works so much better than I anticipated. So the controls here, you adjust how your airflow is here. So it's low, medium, and high. Here you can turn it on and off. I'm gonna turn it on, so it's gonna be loud for a minute. And then once it's on, you can hold it up towards this little blue dot here, and that actually gives you a cool shot, but you have to hold it there. And then this is your temperature control. So you can put it on cooling all the time if you move it down here to the blue. Can you see that? And then the other option is hot and hotter. And the thing about the Dyson Airwrap is it's supposed to be temperature controlled so that even on this hottest setting, you're not going to be frying your hair here. And that was one of the main reasons I wanted this tool, because I do have dry hair, plus I add highlights to it, and it just gets fried so easily with heat tools. Yet I have a lot of hair, it's very thick, it's coarse, and I need to use heat to style my hair. So let's take this off. To take the attachments off, you spin it around and you just hold this down and they pop right off. The next attachment here is a blow dry brush. So this works pretty well. This is one of my favorite attachments. I will say I do wish it had some like boar bristles or something in here to grip the hair and add a little bit more tension to the hair. But I do like this attachment, and it is the one I grab for the most often. This is another paddle brush attachment. I don't typically use this one because the one I just showed prior to this is supposed to be the one that has a little bit more strength and power to it. So if you have thinner hair, less hair, not as wild, untamable hair as I do, you could probably get away with using this one. So this is a typical round brush attachment. This also works pretty well, I will say. I use this to kind of smooth and straighten my hair, and then also to like flip it out on the ends a little bit. This can give you a little bit more of a blowout look. And then these are your curling attachments. So as you can see, one is substantially bigger than the other. Obviously, this is going to give you a bigger, looser curl. This is going to give you a tighter curl. And here is the cool thing. These both work the same way. This did not work this way in the first version of the Airwrap, but you used to have two different barrels, one that curls towards your face and one that curls away from your face. But now you simply twist the top and it's going to change direction as you're using it. A couple more things about this tool. The filter very easily just pulls down here, and it also includes a little brush tool that you can just brush that out every so often to make sure your filter is working properly. And here's your plug. It's just a regular 2-prong plug, which is nice because you don't need a socket with that third hole in it. I really do like it. I use it all the time, especially for blow drying. I will say there is something about this blow dryer. I don't know if it's just the strength or what the difference is, but as I mentioned, I have a lot of hair and it takes a very long time to blow dry. I have absolutely seen this cut down my blow drying time. So it still takes a fair amount of time, just again, because of the amount of hair I have, but this definitely has cut that time down. I wouldn't say necessarily in half, but maybe down by a third. And again, if you have hair that's a lot less hair, a lot thinner, not coarse, it's probably going to cut your blow dry time down by a ton, which is amazing. I will say, I think it's kind of bulky to take around if you're traveling. As much as I love it, it takes a lot of work. I really need to have the time to take a lot of care with the styling and get my hair to look the way I want. It's very possible, but it definitely takes time and effort. So if you are someone who has hair similar to mine and you do not want to put time and effort into styling it and getting it just the way you want a really quick way to dry and style your hair, I don't think this is the tool for you, especially at this cost. If you have any other hair than the hair I have, this would probably work even better on you. I know I didn't show you how to use it, but I just feel like that is kind of misleading, because unless you can really see somebody's hair and feel it and see how thick it is in person and see the texture of it, I feel like it lets people believe something's going to work for them when it's really not comparing apples to apples. Hopefully that makes sense. I hope this helps you make a decision in some way, because I understand this tool is an investment and not something that you just want to grab without having all of the information.